Alright, Shalom, Makiam. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashmal Shai Bashem HaKodash. Double honors go out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom, wa barakim to you brothers and sisters out there. Alright, this is the brother Malachi from the Great Millstone Nashville camp. Coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying onto the elect of the nation of Yasha Allah. Alright, which Yasha Allah, Yah, He, Shar, Prince, Allah, Power. Which is exactly how we need to be conducting ourselves, especially in these times. Alright, so as you can see, it's in transit. No scriptures are going to be pulled, but I will definitely try my best to quote them. And I'm going to try to condense this, as short as I can. Just something I was meditating on. Well, not so much meditating, but it popped in my head as a topic for this lesson. And it's the fact that everybody on the planet Earth, Israelite, Edomite, Ishmaelite, Elamite, Ammonite, Hamite, Moabite, etc., Japhite, everybody on the planet Earth is going to have to make a decision. Are they going to conform to the ways of the beast system? Or are they going to become an outcast of society and potentially face the death penalty, execution, for refusal to bow down to the image? And the ultimate choice when people are going to have to really make a decision is when the RFID, radio frequency identification device, or I believe the European term, or acronym rather, is NFC, Near Field Communications, when that CHIP gets rolled out. Alright, that's one of the biggest prophecies that is spoken about in the Bible. That's one of the biggest prophecies that's in the air today. Revelations 13 tells us he calls it all, the he being the elites. Alright, the so-called Illuminati, the banker families, the Amalekite banker families. Alright, if you don't know who Amalek is, that's the grandson of Esau, which makes up now the Amalekites. Is, in the Bible they kind of talk about it like it's a whole separate thing. Just so Edom, they're the top tier. Alright, which we know today Amalek is, those modern day people who have stolen our identity, which is ironic because Esau Edom will create all these different law firms and different defenses and things to protect against fraudulent activity. But then the biggest fraudulent activity is people, they painted over images, icons. They put up God and his son to be so-called white, which is a lie. And then they said they're the Jews, they're the Israelites, which is also a lie. Alright? They would have been better off saying they were Dan or some shit. But even then, we know that ain't the case because Dan ain't around no more. Right? So, everybody, especially dealing with the nation of Israel, everybody's going to have to make a decision. Are you going to take that chip? Or are you going to follow Yahweh Bashmal Shai? But you will have some people that will refuse to bow to the system but won't serve the Lord, and they'll be destroyed. Because like heathens, they can't serve the Lord, so they're going to be destroyed. The heathens really might as well go ahead and take it and bow to the system, because there's no integrity for them to really maintain in that situation. Now, Israelites, if you're not going to serve Yahweh Bashmal Shai and you're against being an Israelite, and I'm not a Jew, I'm not from the tribe of Benjamin, I'm just from the Bahamas. I don't want nothing to do with that. Well, you might as well go ahead and take it too. But for those of us, and see how as this lesson is going, I'm starting to narrow it down from oikumene, as in the whole inhabited planet, to cosmos, which is Israel. Then to the elect, the ones that Yahushua ultimately prayed for in John 17, I believe it's the 9th verse. All right, so those of us in this faith, we have to choose between life and death. But it seems opposite, because if you choose to die rather than take the chip, you're going to receive life. If you look to save your life and, I'll take the chip because kids are hungry, because I don't want to die, because all this other BS, your reward you're gonna receive is death. And that shows that you got to be spiritually minded. You got to be walking in faith. Because if you look at it carnally, it's like, well, if I say no to the chip, I'm gonna die. But if I say yes, then I'm gonna live. But in reality, you saying yes means you're gonna die. And you saying no, I'm not taking it, means that you're going to live. Which is why you gotta walk in faith. Or you gotta be spiritually minded. You need to make sure that you're not rash with your decisions. You need to make sure that you're not basing it off of your fleshly instincts. Because of course your flesh is gonna want comfortability. What do you mean? You're not gonna be able to go to the store. What do you mean I can't clock in? What do you mean I'm gonna lose my house and potentially my wife and kids? And well, this is the condition of the battle, like the brother Yahweh, the beloved brother, always brings up in the camp. That I think it's in 2nd Ezra or 1st Ezra. It says the condition of the battle. This is what you signed up for, man. If you didn't want to risk losing all these things, well then guess what? You should have counted the cost. You should have just stayed in the world. But you made the decision, you made the covenant to grant your soul entirely onto Yahweh Shemel Shai, starting that day that you came into truth. And especially for those that are out there teaching, pushing that plow, you really committed your soul onto Yahweh Shemel Shai. So, and of course we know the Lord owns our soul as is already, but committing it is a whole different ordeal, if that's the right word, ordeal. So if you break that covenant with the Lord, well, he can take your soul from you, meaning he can kill you, which once again, we're all worthy of death, but I'm saying you take your hands off that plow. Scriptures talk about the heavenly gift. This is literally like Ayuab and me were talking about. If you've ever gone to the gym, even if you haven't gone to the gym, you'll at least know what I'm saying. Bro, bench press. We don't even have a 45-pound bar. The bar is 25 pounds, and you got 10 pounds on each side of the bar, and all you gotta do is 5 reps. That's the equivalent of what we need to do here for Yahweh Shemel Shai to receive eternal life. The Lord is not asking for much. The Lord is telling you, throw in $100, and in X amount of years, you're going to walk out with $100 quadrillion, man. Who the fuck would turn that offer down? Carnal-minded men. Carnal-minded men and women. That's who. Alright, but the scriptures talk about if you save your life, you're going to lose it. Alright, but if you forsake your life and your father or mother and children and lands, you're going to receive 100-fold. You got to bear your cross. Alright, Yahweh Shai told his disciples, you're going to surely drink of this cup. The same applies to us. Now we know most of the elect will not taste death, which Yahweh is how we are of the elect. But we're still going to have to go through that furnace of adversity like never before. Alright, like the brother, I'm not sure if he's an elder, but the beloved brother Jeremiah from Chicago, he was talking about that. You got to be ready to get ripped out your bed, butt ass naked. You know, they got steel-toe boots on, chainsaws and shit. You got to be ready for that. Now, of course, you can't literally be ready. You know, how would you prepare yourself for a traumatic event like that? You can't. You know, but tapping into the spirit, studying and fasting and praying and building a stronger connection with the Lord while you can is going to ensue that Isaiah 33:6 applies to you. That you're going to be stabilized because of wisdom and knowledge. So in that time, the flesh's immediate reaction is going to be fearful, scared, shook. But when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, you're going to be bold as a lion. Alright, you're still going to be standing firm in the ways of Yahweh Bashemel Shai. So the bottom line is, man, just go ahead and wrap this up. Do not conform. Alright, maintain your integrity as our forefather Job did. Alright? All you got to say is a 2-letter word. No. That's it. Alright, so Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying to elect. Before I close, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashemel Shai. Double honor to, of course, go out to our apostles, elders, and great ministers, who are the leaders of our people, Israel, Yasha Allah today. Yahweh Bashemel Shai Barak Adam. Shalom.